So finding the right office chair is going to be a subjective thing, as everyone's wants and needs is going to be dramatically different and they can hugely differ in price. But this budget executive office chair from BASETBL could be a nice option for many people. Just by looking at the price of this chair, which is currently on offer for only £113 but is usually around £160 on Amazon, and being plain black with no branding on it at all means that this chair can fit into most people's homes and offices. But the question is this thing actually any good? We can see when it arrives it comes in a fairly small box for an office chair, and it only weighs around 13 kilograms, which isn't as much as I thought it would be. Once we start to unpack it, you'll notice that there doesn't seem to be many parts. That is because they've actually stored most of the parts in the hollow backrest of this chair, which is a very clever design, and that is why the actual box it comes in was very small. Once we've got all of the parts out and we've zipped back up that backrest, we can now start to build the chair, which is fairly easy following the included instructions. And luckily all of the included bolts are coded so we can easily see where each one of these goes, and they've also included an Allen key. We start off by building the base of the chair with these black high gloss metal legs. The only thing I wasn't a fan of was this very flimsy cheap black plastic cover that clips around them. This was the cheapest feeling part of the whole chair. Next up we add the wheels, which just press straight into the legs. You can notice here that they freely spin and they don't have any locks. Next up we add the hydraulic center column, and I was quite surprised that there aren't any fixings for this, it just rests in position. Then we add the chair's seat to the legs and we can start to see it work properly. Now we can grab the arms, which are made of this black textured plastic with a cushioned top. We can bolt these to the chair and then we can add the back and bolt it all together, and it's pretty much complete. All that is left is to add the small covers over the bolts on the arms, which finishes it off nicely and we don't have to see any exposed parts. And the whole build of this chair took me about 15 minutes or so to put together, and it was nice and easy. But now let's take a closer look. Being a budget office chair, there isn't many adjustments on it at all. Online, it states in the title that this chair has lumbar support, and I don't know about you, but I have no idea why they have said this, as there is clearly no lumbar support here. There is no back adjustments. The only thing I can think of is that the back section has a slight curve to it, but there's no way that you can really call that lumbar support. So if you do suffer with a bad back, this so-called lumbar support probably won't help you that much, and you still might need a small cushion. The arms of this chair are fully fixed in position, and again they have no adjustments. You can't raise or swivel them, but being fixed in position does mean that it feels nice and secure when you're moving around and getting into position in this chair. And if you're wondering, the outside measurement of the arms is 64 centimeters and the seat width is 50 centimeters with a length of 45 centimeters. So it has a nice, decent, comfortable sitting area and has a max load capacity of 140 kilograms. There is a lever on the right hand side which is your only adjustment control, which will take the seat up and down by about 10 centimeters. With the lowest height of 45 centimeters for the seat and 65 centimeters for the arms, and the highest height of 55 centimeters for the seat and 75 centimeters high for those arms. The chair can also lean back quite far, but it is spring so it won't stay back in the reclined position, and it will always return to that upright position. And we can even twist this underneath, which will increase or decrease the tension for the reclining of this chair. And when moving around in this chair, you do get a bit of noise. Now, they also state online that the headrest means that you won't get any pain, which is a big claim. And again, I have no idea how they can even really call this a headrest, because as you can see, I'm sat in the chair, sat in position, my head doesn't even hit their so-called headrest. Is far too low for me. I'm not exactly a very tall person. If you're even taller, then there is no way that your head or neck is going to be on this headrest. So yeah, I don't really see that this is going to stop me having any form of pain. Also, the shape of this so-called headrest protrudes the backrest, and it actually slightly pushes on my shoulders, which makes me feel slightly hunched over. The backrest section is only 45 centimeters high off of the chair, and their headrest goes from 45 centimeters up to 68 centimeters from the seat. Again, I would have just liked to have seen this headrest section slightly higher so it just went over my shoulders and it actually did support the back of my head. But the overall cushioning of this chair is actually really comfortable, and it feels fairly soft yet firm. And it is really nice to use for long periods of time, and having those cushion armrests really does save your elbows. The overall material on this chair is made from PU leather, so it should stay stain resistant, but you can easily wipe it down if you need to. Now, like I said in the unboxing of this video, the backrest is hollow. This means there is not any padding in the back and it's just covered by the material, so I would just be slightly concerned if you push this into the corner of a desk, then it could potentially rip it, but the likelihood of this happening is probably pretty slim. So overall, I do think this is a fairly nice and fairly comfortable office chair, and the design as it is, being basically plain black with no branding on it at all, it does mean that it will fit into most people's homes and offices, whether that's more traditional or modern. And for that price of around about £113 currently, it's a pretty good buy. And if you're interested, I will link it in the description down below. And there we have it. I really hope you guys have enjoyed looking at this BASETBL Executive office chair. If you have, please give it a big fat thumbs up, as it really does help out. And why don't you let me know in the comment section down below, what office or gaming chair do you use? I would love to know what you're currently sat on, and what other videos would you like me to review in the future. Maybe it's office chairs, maybe it's gaming chairs. Let me know in the comment section down below. If this is the first video you've seen of mine, please hit that subscribe button and follow more reviews like this coming in the future. And until next time, we'll see you soon.